we have this Discord for the Fear the Fro podcast. And when you told me that you would in fact come on, I put the question to them, okay, what do you want to know from Chris Mannix? And people send in these audio submissions to the audio mailbag. So I'm going to play one of those for you right now. Now, you're not going to like this. It's going to put you on your back foot, but I'm giving you fair warning that this is a bit of an adversarial Fear the Fro mailbag here. So I'll play this for you with a little intro because, that's what I do.
Please leave a message.
And now a message recorded and submitted to me at CavsPod.com.
Hey, Bob. Brett Clapper here from Seattle. I heard you had Chris Mannix coming on the show, and I don't know if you remember this, but a few years back, he had an anonymous scout source from the league that he was dropping some insights, and Chris Mannix printed an article for SI, and in it, this anonymous scout called Collin Sexton an asshole. So if you get a chance, I would love you to ask Chris Mannix, who was the source that called Collin Sexton an asshole, and why did you feel comfortable printing
that? No chance I reveal the source for that. I've been doing these anonymous scout takes for almost 20 years now. I would say I usually, in the case of that, I always take an assistant coach or advanced scout from a team in the division because I want to get as close to someone that has a bird's eye view of each team as I possibly can. That's probably as close as I'm going to come to revealing who the source is on that. I mean, these things, I get more irritated feedback from agents, from executives, from coaches based on these scouts takes because they do have my byline on them technically because I piece them together. But we've just decided years ago, if we're talking to somebody that we believe has knowledge of the situation, is knowledgeable about what's going on in a certain situation, we let them say what they want. Like that's the whole point. It's an anonymous scouts take, and it's not a novel concept. We do it in basketball, football, baseball, all of them. So that's kind of the rationale. If I believed, and I clearly did believe, that this person knew what he was talking about when it comes to the Cavaliers, I'm going to let him say what he wants.
Okay. Well, the reason why I thought that one was weird was because saying somebody doesn't fit with a team is an observation you can make from the outside. But to say somebody's an asshole as a scout for another team is like, how would you be able to speak to his personality? Unless, of course, it's like a situation where a guy who played with him came to your team, relayed the information you're delivering.
And honestly, that's often what it is. And these guys, it's a fraternity in the coaching ranks. Like you see players interact with each other before games. See coaches interact with each other before games too. Like they all talk and they all do that. I don't remember specifically kind of what I don't even remember who the coach was that I talked to for that particular year, but I'm sure he's someone that has either had somebody on his team that played in Cleveland or has a close relationship with somebody that works on the Cleveland staff or worked in the Cleveland staff.
Well, I sort of hold you responsible for diminishing his trade value. I don't think we would have had to give up Lauri Markkanen if you hadn't run that piece saying he was an asshole. And then that wasn't enough to be the centerpiece of the Donovan Mitchell.
I love this. Is like, so earlier today, I was doing my boxing podcast and Sergio Mora, who I work with, was telling me that I'm the one that created Jake Paul because we put Jake Paul on the cover in 2022. So I'm really glad I'm being, bestowed with these powers of influence to people. Because
Lauri Markkanen would be part of a 3-tower lineup in Cleveland if not for Chris Mannix.
I'm not sure that Lauri would have. I mean, I don't think Lauri would have broken out the way that he did in Utah.
Certainly not. Yeah, certainly.